Citizenship of Mexico is useful as a second citizenship. It can be easy to get if you meet the requirements. The Mexican passport is a surprisingly good travel document. Despite not offering visa-free access to neighboring United States, it's ranked 24th in the world. The Mexican passport provides visa-free travel to 159 countries including the EU and the UK. Citizenship of Mexico is available to anyone who takes the required steps to get it. There are several paths to citizenship in Mexico. These include citizenship granted at birth, citizenship when you marry a Mexican, and citizenship by naturalization. Mexico has recently become a more popular destination for expats from the US, Canada, and Europe. Naturalization as a citizen of Mexico is available to any legal resident of Mexico after 5 years. In the 2 years immediately before the application, you can't have been outside Mexico for more than 180 days in total. You'll have to provide details of every entry and exit from Mexico. Your residency card must be up to date at the time of the application and be maintained until citizenship is granted. The Mexican nationality law states that you should pass a Spanish language test and be knowledgeable about Mexican history. This rule is not currently applied. That may change in the future, so best to be prepared. If one of your parents is Mexican by birth, you have the right to Mexican citizenship. This can also be the case with grandparents and even further back. Mexicans can't lose their citizenship. You must provide the Mexican ID and birth certificate of your Mexican parent or grandparent. If you need to go back further, the procedure for acquiring Mexican citizenship by descent is to find your Mexican ancestor and show the connection to you. You must make sure your parents were Mexican and that none of your Mexican ancestors ever lost their Mexican citizenship. One of the fastest routes to Mexican citizenship is by marriage to a Mexican national. This reduces the time required for citizenship down to only 2 years. You must provide evidence of your marriage and prove that your spouse is Mexican by providing their ID and birth certificate. You'll have to provide details of entries and exits from Mexico in the 24 months of your marriage. You must prove that you haven't been outside Mexico for more than 180 days in the 2 years of your marriage. In common with most of the Americas, Mexico operates on the principle of jus soli. This is also referred to as citizenship right by birth. No matter the nationality of the parents, children born in Mexico are Mexicans. There are no exceptions. If your baby is born in Mexico, you will register the birth in the normal way. Your child is a Mexican citizen and will be able to apply for a Mexican passport. The parents of a child born in Mexico are immediately on a fast track to Mexican citizenship. You'll be able to apply for Mexican citizenship in just 2 years. In order to apply for Mexican citizenship in this category, you will have to provide your Mexican residency card, your current passport, and prove that you've been in Mexico for 2 years following the birth of your child. Like the other categories, you must make sure you're not outside Mexico for more than 180 days during this period. After you acquire Mexican citizenship, you have the right to stay there permanently without any immigration hassles. You can also own property there without the need to set up a trust or get a special permit. You can apply for a Mexican passport and use that document to travel. Native Mexicans can never lose their Mexican citizenship. Naturalized Mexicans can lose their citizenship of Mexico by being outside the country for more than 5 years or by being naturalized as the citizen of another country. Would you like to increase your freedom in an increasingly volatile world? Are you concerned that your right to travel could be denied during the next crisis? Second Passport Blueprint will show you how to get a free second passport. A second citizenship is the ultimate tool for freedom, no matter where you're from. This report by international citizenship expert Henry Hill shares secret methods of how you can obtain the ultimate insurance policy, a second passport. With a second passport, you'll be able to travel freely, no matter what restrictions your government imposes. No more closed borders or applying for permission to leave your country. It has long been possible to buy citizenship in some countries if you're willing to spend $100,000 or more for the privilege. While this can be a good option for some, there are many little-known methods to get better passports without spending any money. With Second Passport Blueprint, you will discover 1 Caribbean citizenship you can get in 6 months. 1 Asian citizenship that's free and instant for citizens of Commonwealth countries. A little-known method to obtain fast citizenship in a large EU country. Another EU citizenship you can get for free without traveling to it or having ancestors from the country. The fastest Central American citizenship you can obtain. A top-rate South American citizenship you can get almost instantly. Follow the link in the description to get instant access to second passport blueprint for less than the price of a good dinner.